Hi there. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to install the Google XML Sitemaps plugin for WordPress. Alright, let's go to the plugins option and click on Add New in order to locate and consequently add our plugin. First off, let's insert the actual plugin name, which is Google XML Sitemap, or actually Sitemaps, and just press the search plugins button. Okay, so it's being searched. Okay, now once you can see the name of your plugin over here, you can just click on the install now link in order to obviously install it. So let's click on the link, and now it's being installed. Now let's activate the plugin. Alright, with that done, you just need to go to the settings option and select XML sitemap. Alright, so this is the settings page for this particular plugin. As you can see, it has lots of options here, but we just need a few of them. And in fact, if you don't want to mess around with it, you can just use the default settings. It should work just fine. But if you need a more profound way to tweak your sitemaps, XML sitemaps, that would be really useful to check the following options that this plugin has. So at the very top, it specifies the date and time when your sitemap, your XML sitemap, was created. It also specifies the same info for the zipped version of your sitemap. Later on I'll tell you what it is and what you need it for. Now you can see the notifications that these search engines have been notified about your sitemap, about your XML sitemap. So Google, Bing, and Ask. It also specifies how long it took to create your XML sitemap. It also gives you the option to rebuild it if you change something and you want to let Google and other search engines know that you got something new in your blog. And you also have the information that there is a new version of this plugin, but that's actually too profound for the first time. So we'll just scroll down and check our basic options. So in the basic options block, you can see the following settings. First off, the sitemap files option, which allows you to create a normal XML file or write a gzipped file. So you might need this option in order to save traffic. As a matter of fact, you can even uncheck this box, because every search engine nowadays can work with the gz files, but it won't hurt if you just enable this version as well. For example, in case either you wanna read your actual sitemap XML file or someone else. So in any case, again, it won't hurt. So it's okay to have both options enabled. Next, the building mode option, which allows you to specify if you want to rebuild your sitemap if you change something in your blog. So every single time when you change something in your blog, like modify your page or edit page or post or something like that, a new version of your XML sitemap will be created every time. Next, update notifications. In this section you can specify which search engines you want to notify about some new content on your site. It's actually a good idea to have all these options enabled. Then you can also limit the number of posts in your sitemap. You might want to do it in order to save some time for creating your sitemap. You might want to increase your memory limit if your sitemap is big, and it usually happens with huge sites. If you're just starting out, you don't need to bother about it. Again, for the same reason, you might want to increase your execution time limit, but some servers don't actually allow that. Again, you'll need it only if you have a really big site. You may also want to include your own XSLT style sheet in order to style or design your XML sitemap. If you want to include the pages that do not belong to your blog, you can use this additional pages option and just specify your pages right here. You can specify the actual URL of the page that you want to include in your XML sitemap, the priority, change frequency, and specify when it was changed last. Then we have the option for post priority. You can just disable automatic priority calculation so that you can specify your priorities in the section below. I'm gonna show it to you now a little later. In the location of your sitemap file block, you can specify your sitemap file name. If you want to use a custom one, you can just specify it right here. And if you want to put it in a custom location, that's where you can specify its location, but I'll just keep the default setting right here. Okay, in the sitemap content section, I can just specify which content should be included in my sitemap. For example, homepage, posts, static pages, and so on. You can also exclude some items, for example the uncategorized category or specific posts. So you just need to specify your post IDs here. In the change frequencies block, you can specify how often you want the search engines to recrawl your content. For example, daily for homepage, hourly for posts, weekly for static pages, and so on. And in the last block over here, we can specify the priorities for our content. For example, 1 or rather 9, 1.9 for homepage, 1 the highest one for posts, because you want all of your posts to be indexed, because usually they are the most up to date. And for example, since archives are not supposed to be so up to date, you can set it to 0.3. Alright, so these are the basic settings for the Google XML Sitemap plugin. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.